Begin a new project, I'm curious to know what comes first to your mind. Is it the visuals? Is it the theme? Like, what do you explore first?
It's really a combination of all of those. It's, the story, the visual, and the themes. It's really an exciting time. It's important for all filmmakers to always be learning and growing in their craft. But I truly believe that the independent filmmaker now has more opportunities to get their work seen on streaming platforms.
So, Joseph, it's so nice to speak with you today. Please tell me about yourself and how did you become a creative?
Thank you very much for having me. I grew up here in Southern California. My father was of European descent and my mother was from Bogota, Colombia. I began writing, drawing, and painting at the age of 7. I performed in musicals at my high school and at the University of Southern California, where I completed coursework in art, music, writing, and theater. And then I graduated with a Bachelor of Arts in Communication.
I'm curious to know what inspired you to pursue filmmaking and what were some of those early experiences that really helped shape you?
Well, it was really my mom. She was the one who introduced me to tango music, comic books, and classic films at an early age. And I began watching the masters, Alfred Hitchcock,
Mm.
Orson Welles, Francis Ford Coppola, and Martin Scorsese. And then after that, I was also watching classic television series such as The Rifleman and Bonanza. And then I began to explore films from international filmmakers, Ingmar Bergman and Federico Fellini, as well as Jean-Pierre Melville and Wong Kar-wai.
Interesting. So then yourself, you actually started, your career in filmmaking. Some of those films have actually won awards. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, I was very fortunate. I won, I was a festival finalist at the American Film and Video Festival in New York. And then I won a gold award at the Houston International Film Festival. Then I went on to win a silver award at the Chicago Film Festival and another gold award at the Cindy Awards. And finally, I was another finalist at a film that I ended up shooting in North Carolina.
So speaking of North Carolina, I see that you have a lot of interest in actually shooting your films down here. Can you tell me about how that started?
Yeah, many years ago, my director of photography, Jonathan, who I'd worked with in a few of my films, had moved back to North Carolina, and he invited me to come and visit him in Chapel Hill. He let me borrow his car, and I traveled down to Wilmington to meet with Frank Capra Jr. at Screen Gems, and Frank was a very nice man. A few years later, Jonathan reached out to me again. He was now teaching at the film school at Piedmont Community College, and they were looking for a film that took place in the fall, and we ended up making When Autumn Comes with the film students. And I wrote the script, co-produced and directed. I drew the storyboards shot for shot, and we shot the 21-minute film in 5.5 days. And I have to tell you, it was really a great experience. And I thought, maybe one day, in some way I would be able to come back to make another film in North Carolina.
Wonderful. I hope you keep making many, many more here. A little selfishly myself, being just an hour away. When you begin a new project, I'm curious to know what comes first to your mind. Is it the visuals? Is it the theme? Like, what do you explore first?
It's really a combination of all of those. It's, the story, the visual, and the themes. My very first film was called Mosh Nada, and it was a music video. The song was originally from Sergio Mendes in Brazil '66, and that song came on the radio. And while it was playing, I could see all of the images, the cuts, the dissolve, everything. And so it's something with all my background. I've always been attracted to film because it's the one medium that combines all of the arts. It has the visual artistic expression, the story, the music, as well as the locations, which are characters in the film.
Well, there's a beauty in music that touches the soul, and I think movies also touch your soul in such a similar way. So there's a beautiful connection between the two. So with so many streaming platforms today, do you think distribution opportunities have changed for independent films?
Things are changing rapidly, but I truly believe that the independent filmmaker now has more opportunities to get their work seen on streaming platforms. It's even like through Amazon, they have where you can, if you have a finished film, you could put it on there. And, if you have the right sales and marketing and promotional team, you can get it out there. And that really wasn't available many years ago.
Feels like a lot of doors are opening up for the indie filmmakers right now, which is great to see. With that being said, what would you tell an up and coming filmmaker? What's the advice you would give them right now?
I think it's really an exciting time. It's important for all filmmakers to always be learning and growing in their craft, read and know what's going on in the industry, be flexible, but also take the time to watch the work of the masters. These are the people who have been around, from the last 100 years. And they've influenced the generations that came after them and continues to this day.
Absolutely. Now, you're currently working on Hidden Tracks, Blood on the Streets, and Tango in the Dark. Can you expand on those projects a little?
Hidden Tracks is a crime noir suspense thriller. Blood on the Streets is a romantic crime thriller. Tango in the Dark is a psychological romantic thriller. And all of my feature film projects are part of an anthology series. The themes are good versus evil, life and death, and a blending of reality and fantasy. And all of them are set in unique and beautiful locations.
So why do you believe that these film projects are going to appeal to audiences?
My main focus is to provide content that is designed for the worldwide market. We'll be making thrillers with action and romance, shot in English, and dubbed into multiple languages utilizing deepdub.ai. We'll be featuring a Latin Hispanic cast. That's a market that's currently being underserved, as well as people from around the world. The feature films will have a PG-13 rating so that the audiences from age 12 to 92 and everyone in between can go and enjoy them.
Love to know what other projects you're currently working on.
Well, right now, the one I'm currently working on, it's a new feature film project called Death by Night. It's a crime drama, noir, action thriller, modern Western.
Ooh, I love anything Western.
Well, the great thing is you can view all of my feature film projects in development by visiting my website at josephdpeters.com.
Well, thank you so much for your time today. And do you have any words you want to say before we conclude?
Just wanted to say thank you, Haley, for your time and providing this opportunity. I really appreciate it. And I wish you all the best in everything that you do.
Thank you so much. And I can't wait to see all your projects on the big screen.
Thank you.